can you describe the purpose of the Greek chorus in plays? And of course, this is Greek plays.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Are
always.
there?
Shakespeare uses them too.
We
Okay.
learn something new every
Chorus?
day.
Yes. So the chorus, you might be mostly familiar with this because you're thinking about songs. And the chorus is what is repeated usually throughout the song, and it's kind of the catchy part. Well, there is a reason it's called this, and it kind of goes back. If you want to go back way further than just the last 450 years with Shakespeare, we can go all the way back to our Greek plays like Sophocles, who wrote Antigone. And basically, I like to think of the chorus, and a lot of other people online apparently, as the announcer at the basketball or the football game. The chorus kind of lets you know what's happening. In a classroom, when my students are reading Antigone or any Shakespeare play, because it's older and they have a hard time with some of the archaic language, I act as a chorus, which means that I'm kind of telling them what's happening, what's going to happen, just like as a commentator on a basketball game gives you the play-by-play. That's kind of what the chorus does. So here's a couple of things. The chorus, a lot of times it was a group. It was a group of people, but they would be on the side of the stage, sometimes wearing masks, and they would all kind of be in this one small area, and they would comment at the same time collectively in sync with each other. They would talk and comment on the dramatic action. A lot of times the beginning of the play, if you think about Romeo and Juliet, it starts with a prologue telling you this is set in Verona. It's about two houses that don't like each other. This is what's going to happen, two star-crossed lovers. That would be told by a chorus. Somebody's got to tell you that and not necessarily be involved in the action of the play. Just like when you're watching a basketball game, these guys are telling you exactly what's happening throughout the game, but they're not down there, they're not playing the game, okay? This is kind of what the chorus is doing. It could have been from 12 to 50 people in the chorus, and that was kind of the crazy thing too. They might also be dancing or singing or talking their lines in unison, and like I said, sometimes they would wear masks just to kind of separate themselves from the action and from the other actors on the play. They would give you the background of what's going on, just like I told you with Romeo and Juliet, telling us that these two houses have these children, these two houses hate each other, and their kids are star-crossed lovers. They're giving you this information ahead of time so you know what's coming and what's going to happen. They might even talk about themes, and they might even tell the audience how to feel. You know, they would get sad so the audience would know, oh, we're going to get sad now. If you think about today's world, you know, almost everybody goes to the movies. You know, some people go to plays, but back in the day, that was the only thing that they had. And so actually the cheap seats were the ones that were closer to the stage, and the more expensive ones were in the back. And so what would happen was these people that were in the cheap seats, unfortunately, they were the lower class, the less educated, and sometimes they needed to be told what's happening, what's about to happen, and what's going to happen at the end, because they weren't very smart. A lot of these people couldn't read, and so you couldn't give them the information in a you know, playbook or something, playbill. So the chorus kind of acts as that, I'm going to guide you through this. Just like when you've read any of Shakespeare's plays in your classes, your teacher might say, let me tell you about what's going to happen. You know, here's kind of a spoiler alert so that you're expecting it. The chorus would also express to the audience what the main characters were doing, and would also tell us things that the characters couldn't say. So it was kind of like giving us that insight. If the character wasn't going to give us an aside to the audience, they kind of would just give you that extra information. So in modern day times, we have our choruses, like I said, commenting on sporting events. Also, if you think about shows that come on after shows, I'm thinking about like the Talking Dead show or the Talking Bad show that would happen after Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. This gives people an opportunity to talk about these shows. Even people live tweet different television shows today, and this is kind of like a modern day chorus. So it's kind of a cool thing to think about that back in the day you didn't have all of that, so you would need a group of people kind of guiding you along throughout these plays. So I think that's a really great question that a lot of people don't really think about these days.